Welcome to Eye on Sci-Fi podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 222 of Eye on Sci-Fi podcast, the podcast where we share with you terrific indie science fiction and fantasy online short films, web series, and other closely related media. We also on occasion have conversations with the talented and interesting creators who are producing outstanding indie speculative work. Thank you for joining me. This episode, I'm going to share with you a short film that has an extraordinary vision of the afterlife. The name of the short film is Orientation by director Evan Woolery. And when you see this vision of the afterlife, it is probably unlike any other depiction of the hereafter that you may have seen. I know that was the case for me. As the short film opens, we see that someone has flatlined, and then we are introduced into a world of darkness and light. We see a man naked who is disoriented as he lies on the ground. He begins to wonder what's happened to him, and soon a disembodied voice informs him that his soul is being uploaded. And while the uploading is being completed, he will begin his orientation. Now, we soon learned that this guy was someone of wealth and influence in the land of the living, and he tries to use that influence to get answers. But he soon realizes that all of his former influence and wealth and power hold no sway in the afterlife. What I love about Orientation is that number one, it is succinct. This is not a very long film. It is under 5 minutes long, and it gets to the point of its message that everything that we have been told is important in this life: wealth, money, power, climbing the corporate ladder, position, job titles, where we live, what type of clothes that we wear, and what kind of vehicle that we drive. In the grand scheme of things, really, it's not that important at all. Also, Orientation boasts dazzling visuals. This version of the afterlife is intimidating and frightening, and it will leave an impression once those final credits roll. Of course, a link to where you can watch Orientation will be included in the show notes of this episode. You will also find our link tree, and by visiting our link tree, you will be able to visit our website, theseventhmatrix.com, and explore all of the other terrific indie science fiction short films, web series, and other media that we have curated on the site. I also need to ask you, while you're visiting our link tree, to check out our support section, because without the kind and generous support of listeners like you, we would not be able to do the work that we do here at Eye on Sci-Fi podcast and over at theseventhmatrix.com, and we appreciate that. We also have a new free daily newsletter. Monday through Friday, you will receive from us a speculative news item that we think that you will enjoy. So it can be a book, television series, or film recommendation, an episode of Eye on Sci-Fi podcast or other podcast related to the genre, and more. And for signing up and supporting us, you will receive a free gift as a token of our appreciation. Also, I need to ask you to leave us a review and rating wherever you get your podcast, because that does help others find us, and we appreciate that a great deal too. Okay, that's it for this episode, everyone. And again, thank you for joining me. And until next time, remember to take a break, escape the mundane, and enter the fantastic. Take care.